You've probably heard that cutting carbs means cutting joy. But what if the foods that feel indulgent are the ones keeping seniors strong, sharp, and independent? After 60, our bodies stop processing sugars the way they used to. Insulin, the key that unlocks our cells, starts to get rusty. But 8 simple foods can polish that key again, restoring balance without a gram of sugar. And number 5, almost everyone overlooks it, yet it could be your brain's best defense. I've spent 25 years studying nutrition for aging bodies. And what I've learned is this: the biggest health changes don't come from medicine. They come from what's on your plate. After 60, inflammation, weak muscles, and brain fog aren't just aging. They're signals that your body needs steadier fuel. Today we'll explore 8 no-carb, no-sugar foods that can calm inflammation, protect your heart, and help you move with confidence again. Always talk with your doctor before making changes, but these foods may gently guide your body back into balance. 1. Fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines. After 60, your muscles don't just get weaker, they start to lose their ability to store energy efficiently. Think of your muscle cells as batteries. When insulin, the key that delivers energy to those cells, starts to lose its sensitivity, your batteries stop charging fully. That's where fatty fish come in. Omega-3 fatty acids, especially EPA and DHA, help recharge those batteries by reducing the silent inflammation that blocks energy flow. In the Korean Frailty and Aging Cohort Study, Frontiers in Nutrition 2025, adults aged 70 to 84 who ate oily fish at least twice a week had 37.8% less sarcopenia, and their walking speed improved noticeably. These fats also act like natural lubricants for your arteries, keeping your circulation smooth and your heart workload lower. Robert, 68, used to avoid fish because of the smell, but when he learned that just 2 small servings a week could strengthen his legs, he tried it. 6 weeks later, he noticed that rising from his recliner didn't feel like a struggle anymore. "My legs feel alive again," he told me, smiling like someone who'd reclaimed a piece of himself. For seniors, the optimal rhythm is 2 servings weekly, about 3 to 4 ounces each, or a daily omega-3 supplement providing 250 to 500 milligrams EPA plus DHA. Pair it with other healthy fats, like olive oil, for better absorption. Picture this: each bite of salmon is like pouring clean oil into an old engine. The parts run smoother, quieter, and with less strain. Your muscles, your heart, even your brain, they all begin to move in harmony again. But here's the twist most people miss. This next food doesn't just help you move better. It helps you stay strong, meal after meal, and almost everyone has it sitting in their fridge right now. 2 eggs. For decades, eggs were unfairly blamed for heart problems. But new research paints a very different picture, especially for older adults. After 60, your body needs high-quality protein to preserve muscle and stabilize energy between meals. Think of protein like the scaffolding that keeps a building upright. Without it, the entire structure, your strength, your balance, even your metabolism, starts to wobble. A University of Alabama, Birmingham study, Nutrition and Metabolism, 2020, followed adults aged 60 to 75 who ate 3 eggs daily for 8 weeks. The results? They showed better cholesterol ratios and lower markers of inflammation, with no negative effect on heart health. Another study from Bournemouth University, 2020, found that seniors who added egg-based recipes maintained higher protein intake and muscle strength for months afterward. Margaret, 72, replaced her usual toast and jam with 2 soft-boiled eggs and a handful of greens each morning. "At first, I missed the sweet taste," she told me, "but within 2 weeks, I could walk up the porch steps without holding the rail." That's the quiet power of complete protein. It feeds the muscle machinery your body still remembers how to use. For most seniors, 1 to 3 eggs per day is ideal. Choose soft-boiled or scrambled. They're easier to digest and help you reach that critical 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal your muscles need for maintenance. Whole eggs are far better than whites alone. The yolk contains essential nutrients that switch on muscle protein synthesis. Imagine eggs as small, golden builders, restoring what time has quietly taken apart. They don't just feed you, they rebuild you from within. But what happens when you pair this simple breakfast with a leafy green that sharpens your mind as much as your muscles? That's where the story gets even more interesting. 3. Leafy greens, spinach, kale, collards. Picture your brain as a light bulb that's slowly dimming, not because it's broken, but because the wiring needs cleaner energy. Leafy greens, rich in vitamin K1, lutein, and folate, act like electricians for the brain and the blood vessels that feed it. They clear buildup, restore connections, and keep memory circuits alive longer. In a Neurology 2018 study from Rush University, seniors who ate about 1.3 servings of leafy greens daily had cognitive performance equivalent to people 11 years younger. Another long-term study from Edith Cowan University, European Journal of Nutrition 2025, found women aged 75 who consumed a cup of greens daily had 43% lower cardiovascular mortality. Those numbers aren't small, they're life-shaping. Eleanor, 69, used to describe her mornings as foggy. She began blending spinach into a small breakfast smoothie, just 1 cup a day. 3 months later, she said something simple but powerful. I can read a full chapter again without losing track. That's how the brain quietly thanks you when you feed it right. For seniors, the sweet spot is 1 to 1.5 servings daily. That's about a cup cooked or 2 cups raw. Lightly steam or saute them to make nutrients easier to absorb, and always pair with a drizzle of olive oil. Fat helps carry lutein and K1 into your bloodstream. Think of leafy greens as memory fertilizer. Each bite nourishes the soil of your brain, letting new ideas and sharper thoughts grow again. And here's where it all ties together. When those greens meet healthy fats, something remarkable happens inside your arteries. They don't just stay clear, they become flexible again. The next food is the one that makes that transformation possible, and it's likely already sitting in your kitchen. 4. Olive oil. If your heart were a network of highways, olive oil would be the maintenance crew keeping traffic flowing, quietly, consistently, and without fanfare. After 60, those roads start to stiffen. Tiny cracks form, inflammation builds, and cholesterol becomes sticky. But research shows that the right kind of fat can smooth those pathways and help your vessels stay elastic, not brittle. The pre-dimed trial, one of the largest nutrition studies in Europe, found that adults who consumed extra virgin olive oil daily saw a 15% reduction in cardiovascular disease risk within 8 weeks. And that's not just heart protection. Olive oil's monounsaturated fats lower IL-1 beta, one of the inflammatory signals tied to arthritis, brain fog, and fatigue. In my clinical work, I've seen seniors like Daniel, 74, use olive oil to transform both energy and mood. He started adding a tablespoon to his morning eggs and another to his evening salad. My joints don't complain when I garden anymore, he told me, and my blood pressure feels calmer. What Daniel was really describing was the body's quiet sigh of relief when inflammation begins to cool. The right rhythm for most seniors is 1 to 2 tablespoons daily, cold-pressed and unrefined. Use it raw on vegetables, drizzle it over fish, or stir it into soups just before serving. Avoid overheating it, as that can break down its protective compounds. Think of olive oil as a gentle lubricant for your arteries, brain, and even your skin. It doesn't force change, it coaxes it, gradually returning flexibility where stiffness once ruled. But there's one food that takes this even further, especially for the brain. It's smooth, green, and quietly powerful, and it's the one most people still overlook. In fact, it's the fifth food on our list, and the most underestimated. 5. Avocados, most ignored, number 5. Avocados are the unsung hero of healthy aging. They may look simple, a soft, green fruit, but inside lies one of nature's most balanced sources of brain and joint nourishment. Where olive oil soothes your arteries, avocados go deeper, feeding the cells that line your brain and joints with the exact fats they crave. These monounsaturated fats, along with lutein, act like cushions for the brain, keeping your neural wiring flexible. In the Love One Today Review, 2024, seniors who ate one avocado a day showed measurable improvements in working memory and focus in just 6 months. The same compounds also reduce inflammatory cytokines, the tiny chemical sparks that make joints ache and slow your reflexes. I think of Helen, 70, who told me her knees used to creak like old floorboards. She began adding half an avocado to her breakfast plate 3 times a week, mashed beside eggs, or blended into a simple smoothie. Within a month, she could climb stairs with more ease and said her thoughts didn't wander as much. It wasn't magic. It was metabolism finding its rhythm again. For seniors, the rhythm is simple: half to 1 avocado daily, ideally fresh, with meals that include some protein. Avoid deep frying or overcooking. It's the raw oils that protect the brain's fatty membranes. Imagine your body as an orchestra where every section, the muscles, the mind, the joints, must play in tune. Avocados are the conductor's baton, restoring harmony where aging once caused dissonance. And yet, while most seniors still skip this creamy powerhouse, those who make it a habit notice something striking: steadier mood, smoother movement, and clearer thought. But the story of strength doesn't stop at the brain, because the next food works hand in hand with avocados, protecting the heart and even lowering frailty risk with a single handful a day. 6. Nuts, almonds, walnuts. If avocados are the conductor's baton, nuts are the percussion, the steady grounding rhythm that keeps your body in tune. Each handful delivers a mix of magnesium, omega-3 fats, and plant antioxidants that quietly defend your muscles, heart, and nervous system. After 60, magnesium becomes one of the most overlooked minerals. Without it, muscles cramp more easily, the heart rhythm wobbles, and sleep becomes restless. Nuts offer a natural, gentle way to restore that balance. A 2023 meta-analysis found that seniors who ate about 1 ounce of nuts daily, roughly a small handful, had a significantly lower risk of frailty and chronic inflammation. The benefits were most pronounced in those who chose mixed nuts like almonds and walnuts, which together deliver both heart-healthy fats and brain-protective compounds. There's also something deeply practical about this habit. Unlike complicated diets, a handful of nuts can fit into any routine. Joan, 66, keeps a small jar in her car. Every afternoon, she told me, I eat 5 or 6 almonds instead of reaching for chips. My hands feel stronger now, and my heart doesn't race when I climb the stairs. Her story reminds us that small choices, done consistently, have powerful ripple effects. For seniors, the ideal rhythm is 1 ounce daily, unsalted, raw, or lightly roasted. Store them in glass jars away from heat to preserve their oils. Think of them as tiny heart guardians, each one delivering nutrients your body can still use efficiently, even as digestion slows with age. Pause for a second. When was the last time you reached for nuts instead of something sugary? That single swap might be the difference between inflammation rising or falling. And while these crunchy allies guard your heart, the next food does something counterintuitive. It's rich, it's aged, and for years it was wrongly blamed for heart disease, until the science proved otherwise. 7. Aged cheese. For years, cheese was treated like the villain of heart health, too rich, too fatty, too risky. But new science reveals a quiet truth. Certain aged cheeses may actually protect the heart and strengthen bones at the same time. The secret lies in vitamin K2, a compound that acts like traffic control inside your bloodstream, guiding calcium to your bones instead of letting it clog your arteries. A Harvard cohort study, 2020, tracking more than 70,000 adults found no connection between whole egg or aged cheese consumption and increased heart disease risk. In fact, aged cheeses like Gouda and cheddar naturally contain K2, which supports healthy arteries and bone density, two of the biggest health pillars after 60. John, 71, used to avoid cheese entirely because of his cholesterol medication. When we reviewed his diet together, I suggested a simple experiment: 1 ounce of aged cheese with lunch, paired with leafy greens for fiber balance. After 3 months, his LDL improved slightly, but more importantly, his bone scan showed greater density in his hips. "So, I can enjoy cheese again," he laughed. "That's a prescription I'll remember." For most seniors, 1 ounce of aged cheese daily is a sweet spot. Roughly 2 small slices. Choose naturally aged varieties rich in K2, like cheddar, Gouda, or Jarlsberg. Pair them with vegetables or a few nuts to slow digestion and steady energy. Think of K2 as a wise traffic officer, redirecting calcium away from trouble zones and back to the places it belongs. Your arteries stay clearer, your bones stay stronger, and your meals stay joyful. Surprised? Most people are. And yet, as powerful as cheese can be for the heart, our final food takes this one step further, protecting your body from the very heat you cook with every day. 8. Avocado or coconut oil, cooking companion. Every meal we cook carries a hidden decision, the kind of oil we use. It might seem small, but at the microscopic level, it decides whether your body faces more oxidation or less. As we age, our cells become more vulnerable to that oxidative stress, the same process that makes metal rust and skin wrinkle. Choosing the right cooking oil is like choosing clean fuel for an old but capable engine. Research in Nutrition and Metabolism, 2022, compared various cooking oils and found that avocado and coconut oils preserve 25% more antioxidants than common seed oils, even when exposed to heat. Why? These oils are naturally stable. Their molecular structure resists damage, meaning less inflammation and fewer harmful compounds entering your bloodstream. Ellen, 70, told me she had always used vegetable oil out of habit. When she switched to avocado oil for sautéing her vegetables, something unexpected happened. "I didn't get that heavy feeling after dinner anymore," she said, "and my digestion just feels calmer." What she was feeling was the quiet relief of a body no longer fighting hidden oxidative stress. For seniors, the best rhythm is simple. Use avocado oil for low to medium heat cooking and coconut oil for baking or light sautéing. Avoid reusing oils or overheating them, as this can turn healthy fats into irritants. Imagine your kitchen as a workshop for longevity. Every drop of clean oil you use is like upgrading the fuel in your system, helping your heart, your gut, and even your joints run more smoothly. And now that we've journeyed through all 8 foods, remember this. It's not about removing joy from your plate. It's about rediscovering the foods that help your body remember how to heal. Because when you feed yourself this way, even your cells start to believe you're not getting older, you're getting balanced. Maybe aging isn't about decline, it's about clarity. Each of these 8 foods is a quiet reminder that your body still listens, still responds, still remembers how to heal when given the right rhythm. Fatty fish keep your heart steady. Eggs rebuild the muscle scaffolding that time wears down. Leafy greens and olive oil keep your blood flowing and your mind alert. And the humble avocado, that forgotten 5th food, nourishes your brain's spark, the part that still dreams, still plans, still loves. Take a moment and picture this. You, moving with confidence, cooking without fear, eating without guilt. This isn't a diet. It's a conversation with your body, one where food says, "I've got you." If one of these foods spoke to you today, write it in the comments below. Your small story might be the one that helps another senior rediscover their rhythm. And if you felt that gentle nudge of hope, I invite you to join our Healthy Aging Hub community, where every week we uncover new ways to support strength, memory, and independence together. Of course, always check with your doctor before making changes, especially if you take heart, blood pressure, or diabetes medications. The science shows these foods can support wellness, but your care team helps make it personal. Before we close, breathe with me for a second. Feel that quiet gratitude that comes when you realize you still have choices, and that they matter, because your body hasn't given up. It's simply been waiting for you to feed it, right? And maybe, just maybe, that begins with breakfast tomorrow.